Do you want to sleep? Then listen to me. Turn off the lights, close the windows, now close them and listen to you. Finally, I will make a request to you. Put down your phone and listen to my voice. Listen clearly. I will now tell you a story that will make you sleepy. Close your eyes and listen carefully to my words.
The Valley That Dreamed in Moonlight. There is a valley said to be so quiet, so soft, so peacefully shaped by time that even the moonlight seemed to slow down when it passed through. Travelers who reached it always spoke of the same feeling, a sense of being held, as though the land itself exhaled and invited them to rest. At the very heart of this valley lay a small village named Amoria, where every cottage roof glimmered pale silver at night, and the lanterns glowed like warm fireflies. Most people arrived there by accident. No roads led in and no maps showed the way, but somehow anyone who needed rest eventually found it. One evening, as a soft breeze drifted over the sleepy hills, a tired traveler named Leora reached Amoria after wandering far longer than she intended. Her boots were dusty, her shoulders heavy, but the moment she stepped into the valley, she felt her thoughts slow, soften, drift. Everything seemed wrapped in a serene hush. No urgency, no noise, just the gentle rhythm of a world that had mastered the art of rest. In the center of the village stood a round, lantern-lit building called the House of Whispering Stories. This was where people came, not to talk, but to listen. Inside, the floor was made of warm wood, the lamps glowed amber, and countless cushions lay scattered like clouds across the room. In the middle sat Elder Marwyn, the storyteller whose voice was said to smooth the mind like water smoothing stone. Leora entered quietly and took a seat among the cushions. The room's gentle heat wrapped around her. A cat curled up beside her with a sleepy sigh. Elder Marwyn began to speak, his voice a slow drift of sound. Every night the valley dreams, and those who listen may dream with it. And so Leora listened.
Long ago, before clocks or calendars, there lived a shepherd, not of sheep, but of stars. His name was Orlin, and every night he guided tiny starlings, little flickers of light, across the high sky. The starlings glowed softly like dewdrops catching moonlight. They followed Orlin wherever he went, rustling like cosmic grass. But one evening, a young starlight wandered off, falling gently toward the earth like a drifting snowflake. It landed in a quiet forest and dimmed, unsure how to shine again. Orlin descended to search for it, and as he walked through the night-soft trees, his lantern cast ripples of light across the moss. The forest, sensing his purpose, grew calm around him, branches lowering, winds softening, and shadows parting. He found the small starlight trembling beneath a fern. "Come now," he whispered, "even lost things can glow again." He placed the little star in his lantern where it rested, warmed, and slowly brightened. First a flicker, then a shimmer, then a soft, steady glow. Orlin smiled and carried it home to the sky. Leora's breathing grew deeper as she listened. Her shoulders loosened. Her thoughts moved like slow clouds over quiet fields. Elder Marwin's voice rolled on. Every lost thing can find light again, even if it must travel through darkness first. The cushions felt softer. The warmth of the lanterns deepened. The quiet cat purred, its sound like a tiny engine of comfort. The story continued weaving itself around her like a gentle blanket.
As Orlin journeyed home, he passed by a river known only to dreamers, the river of forgotten worries. Anything dropped in its water drifted away, never to trouble the mind again. Villagers sometimes visited the river at dusk, riding their worries on leaves, letting them float slowly downstream. Tonight, the river sparkled wider and slower than usual, as if inviting Orlin to rest. He sat beside it and whispered a quiet hope. "May all who wander find peace." And the river answered with a soft hush against the shore. With the starlight restored, Orlin lifted his lantern. The sky opened above him, deep, velvet, endless. The little star rejoined the others, glowing more beautifully than before. Together they formed a new constellation, the Resting Traveler, a reminder that even the weary can shine. Leora felt her own weariness dissolve, her thoughts quiet, her breathing steady, as though her mind were joining the soft, drifting constellation above. Elder Marwin's voice faded into a gentle whisper. "Sleep now, traveler of the waking world. The valley watches over you. The stars guide you. Rest comes easily here." The lanterns dimmed. The fire softened to a warm ember glow. The entire valley seemed to sigh in peaceful contentment. Leora curled into the cushion, eyes drifting closed, heart light, mind restful. Far beyond the busy edges of the waking world, there was a village where the streets glowed with soft lantern light every evening. The lanterns were made of frosted glass, cool, pale, and warm all at once, and they swayed gently in the night breeze like tiny moons floating in the air. This village was called Evershade, a place known for calm nights, unhurried days, and the rare gift of peaceful silence. People who lived there often said they never felt tired because the whole village breathed like a resting heart. Just outside the village was a narrow stone path, worn smooth by hundreds of years of footsteps. Travelers who followed it always noticed that the air grew calmer, like it carried comfort in every exhale. Tonight, under a silver blue sky, a traveler named Rowan walked that path for the first time. He carried no heavy bags, only a quiet longing for rest, and the path welcomed him. The stone walkway curled through tall grass and moonlit trees until Rowan reached something shimmering in the distance, a gate made of vines. It wasn't there during the day, only those wandering at night could see it. The vines glowed faintly with droplets of light, as though the stars had caught in their leaves. Rowan gently pushed the gate. It opened without a sound. Beyond it was a place whispered about in Evershade, a place few had ever seen, the garden that only bloomed at midnight. The air inside the garden felt warmer, softer, filled with a deep, soothing scent like sweet rain and quiet earth. Every plant glowed faintly, their petals drifting with colors that shifted like slow dreams. There were flowers shaped like lanterns glowing from within,
There were vines that hummed softly like lullabies wrapped in leaves. There were trees with branches that shimmered when touched by moonlight. Rowan walked deeper into the garden, his steps slowing as the air wrapped gently around him. He felt lighter, as if the garden was lifting the weight from his thoughts. In the center of the garden stood a single tree, the moonbloom tree, its branches covered in white petals so delicate they looked like feathers. Every midnight, the tree opened those petals, not to the sun, but to the moon. And tonight, the moon was full. Slowly, gracefully, the petals began to unfurl. The entire garden exhaled in a soft wave of light. Rowan felt the glow settle over him like a warm blanket.
A gentle voice spoke behind him. "You've come at the perfect moment." Rowan turned to see an old woman with pale silver hair and kind eyes. She held a wooden staff wrapped in tiny blooming vines. "I'm Nayla," she said, "keeper of the Midnight Garden." Rowan nodded softly. He didn't know what to say, but it didn't matter. The garden seemed to understand things without words. Nayla smiled. "This place blooms not for the day, but for anyone who carries a tired heart." She gestured to a small stone bench beneath the moonbloom tree. "Sit. You don't need to speak, just rest." Rowan sat beneath the tree. The bench was cool and smooth, shaped perfectly to hold him. When he leaned back, a soft breeze drifted through the flowers. Each petal that fell shimmered as it touched the air, drifting slowly like tiny glowing feathers. Nayla spoke gently, her voice as soft as moonlit water. "This tree remembers things people forget. It carries the moments when you felt peaceful, the mornings when you woke with hope, the nights when you weren't alone." More petals fell. Each one seemed to dissolve into a warm glow. "Every memory of rest," Nayla whispered, "is held here until you need it again." Rowan's breathing deepened. He felt warmth spreading through his chest, replacing the tightness he carried for so long. His thoughts softened, then slowed, then drifted. The garden grew quieter, its glow deepening into a soft silver calm. Rowan felt as if the bench were floating, lifting him gently like a small boat on a peaceful lake. The scent of the moonbloom petals grew sweeter, carrying him toward a place between waking and dreaming. Naila's voice grew distant, tender, almost a lullaby. "Rest here as long as you need. The garden will watch over you. And when you wake, you'll remember how to breathe again." Rowan's eyes closed, his mind drifted. Every sound softened into a hushed, soothing whisper. And the midnight garden glowed around him, a sanctuary made of moonlight, petals, and peace. Rowan did not know how long he had rested beneath the moonbloom tree. In the midnight garden, time moved the way dreams moved, slowly, calmly, without edges or urgency. When he finally opened his eyes, he noticed something new. The roots of the moonbloom tree were glowing, not brightly, not urgently, just a faint, pulsing warmth, like the heartbeat of the earth itself. Rowan took a deep, peaceful breath. Everything inside him felt lighter, as though a quiet wind had swept through his mind, clearing old, tangled thoughts.
A soft voice broke the stillness. "You're feeling it," Naila whispered. "The dreaming roots." She approached slowly, the petals brushing her shoulders like drifting snowflakes. When you rest near the moonbloom tree, your worries sink into the soil. The roots take them in and turn them into light. Rowan blinked gently, watching the warm glow pulse beneath the ground. "So the garden heals," he murmured. Naila nodded. "It doesn't take anything from you. It only returns what you already had. Peace you forgot, hope you misplaced, rest you never found the time to feel." She sat beside him, her movements quiet, like a candle's flicker. "The world moves quickly, but you don't have to."
Naila guided Rowan toward a small clearing where a perfectly still pool rested beneath an arch of night-blooming vines. The water looked like polished silver. "Come," she whispered, "look into the pool." Rowan knelt by the water's edge. What he saw there wasn't his face exactly, not as it looked in the waking world. Instead, the pool showed a softer version of him, a face free from tension, eyes calm and steady, shoulders unburdened. It was him, just without the weight. "The water reflects not how you look," Naila said, "but how you feel when you're finally at rest." The surface rippled gently, as though the pool itself was breathing with him. Rowan lowered his hand and touched the water. A soft glow spread across the surface, and suddenly he felt warmth spreading through his palm, then his arm, then his entire body. The warmth didn't rush, it didn't push, it simply flowed, slowly, comfortably, like a warm blanket being draped over him. His eyelids grew heavy again. "You can stay as long as you wish," Naila murmured. "This garden exists for people who forget how to slow down." As Rowan stood, a gentle path of fallen flowers formed beneath his feet, petals arranging themselves like a guide. He followed them to another clearing, where a soft bed made of woven leaves and glowing blossoms waited beneath an archway of luminous branches. "This," Naila said, "is the resting place." The bed shaped itself perfectly around Rowan the moment he lay down. The petals held him with gentle warmth, like distant starlight wrapped around his body. Above him, the branches slowly swayed, casting ripples of silvery shadows that danced across his closed eyelids. Everything felt slow, quiet, weightless. Naila's voice drifted over him, softer than a dream. "Sleep if you want. Dream if you wish. The garden is watching over you." Rowan's breath deepened. His body grew heavy in the most comforting way. The midnight garden hummed around him, a deep, steady, peaceful hum, and Rowan let himself drift.
Rowan drifted somewhere between sleep and waking, between thought and dream, held in the gentle embrace of the petal-soft bed. After an unknown stretch of peaceful stillness, he felt a delicate warmth on his eyelids, not bright, not urgent, just a soft glow inviting him to slowly rise. When Rowan opened his eyes, the world around him had changed. The midnight garden had opened another one of its hidden spaces. Before him stretched a wide meadow covered in soft, pale grass that shimmered like moonlit frost. But the most magical thing wasn't the meadow itself. It was the lights. Tiny glowing orbs floated all around, some drifting low near the ground, others rising gently like bubbles lifting toward the stars. They moved slowly, calmly, as if breathing.
Rowan sat up, mesmerized. Naela appeared beside him again, her steps soundless. "These are the rest lights," she said softly. "They're made from old dreams. Dreams people forgot they had." Rowan reached out as one drifted close to his hand. It hovered there, warm and gentle, like a candle flame that didn't burn. When someone in the world lets go of a wish they once loved, the wish doesn't vanish. It becomes one of these. A light brushed Rowan's fingertips and shimmered with a faint chime. They're not sad. They simply become part of the night's quiet beauty. Rowan felt a soft tenderness fill his chest, warm and slow. Naela guided Rowan deeper into the meadow. He walked slowly, every step cushioned by the soft grass. At the meadow's center stood a tall, slender lantern made of crystal-like vines. Inside it flickered a gentle, warm glow. "This," Naela said, "is the lantern of returning dreams." Rowan felt a subtle pull toward it, like a memory calling his name from a long distance. "Place your hand on the lantern," she whispered. He hesitated a moment, then did. The lantern warmed beneath his palm. The glow inside brightened. And slowly, like mist forming into shape, Rowan saw something appear within the light. A memory. Not of sadness, not of loss, but of a dream he once had. A simple one. A life where he felt unhurried, where mornings were gentle, where evenings were peaceful, where the world moved kindly around him. He had forgotten this dream long ago, but the lantern had kept it safe. Naela spoke softly, almost singing. "No dream is ever lost, only waiting." Rowan closed his eyes. He let the warmth of the lantern flow through him like calm, glowing water.
A soft wind drifted across the meadow, cool, slow, almost shimmering. It carried gentle whispers that seemed to come from everywhere at once. "Rest now. You are safe. Breathe, slowly, deeply." The rest lights floated higher, dancing in slow circles above him. Rowan felt his heart loosen, his breath deepen, his mind quiet even further. The wind wrapped around him like a soft scarf of moonlight. Naela stepped back, giving him space to absorb the calm. "You're beginning to remember yourself," she said with a kind smile. "Not the tired version, not the burdened version, the peaceful one." The wind whispered again, softer now, like a lullaby made of night air. Rowan let the sound sink into him, deep and soothing. The meadow itself seemed to sway gently, as if the world were rocking him to sleep. And Rowan, still standing, still breathing quietly, felt himself drifting once again, safe, warm, and weightless. The whispering winds slowly faded, leaving behind a soft, shimmering stillness. Rowan took a calm, steady breath. The rest lights continued their slow dance in the meadow, floating higher and higher until they disappeared like tiny stars returning to the sky. Naela touched Rowan's shoulder gently. "There is one more place," she said, "a path very few reach, but I think the garden wants you to see it." Rowan nodded, feeling no rush, only a peaceful curiosity, as though the night itself guided his movements. Naela led him toward a narrow archway formed by two tall silver-leafed trees. As they approached, the branches slowly parted, revealing a small wooden bridge. The wood glowed faintly, as if holding years of moonlight within its grain. "This is the bridge of quiet footsteps," Nayla whispered. "Here, each step carries away a thought you no longer need." Rowan placed one foot on the bridge. It made no sound, not even the softest creak. But something else happened. As he stepped forward, he felt a gentle lightness rise from his mind, like a feather drifting away from a place he didn't realize was heavy. He took another step. Another feather lifted. Another moment of heaviness dissolved. The bridge didn't take memories. It didn't erase anything important. It simply untangled the knots in his thoughts, loosening them one by one like threads drifting in a calm breeze. Halfway across, Rowan paused. A deep sense of clarity settled over him, like being able to breathe deeper than ever before. Nayla stood quietly behind him, letting the bridge do its soft work. "Thoughts can carry weight," she murmured. "This bridge returns them to the wind." Rowan continued to the other side, feeling lighter with every silent step.
The soft heartbeat of the night faded gently, leaving behind a warm stillness that wrapped around Rowan like velvet. When he finally opened his eyes, he noticed a new glow forming at the far edge of the chamber of soft echoes. It was a trail of tiny stars scattered across the ground like spilled moonlight. They didn't flicker. They simply glowed steadily, softly, as if inviting him onward. Nayla appeared at Rowan's side, her voice barely more than a breath. "The garden is opening its final path," she whispered. "Few have walked it, but the night has chosen you to see it." Rowan stepped toward the shimmering trail. Each star he touched with his foot brightened for a moment, sending a gentle warmth up through his legs, into his chest, into his breath. The path curved slowly, guiding him deeper into the most still, most peaceful part of the garden. The air grew warmer, the world grew quieter. Even Rowan's heartbeat seemed to slow to match the hush around him. The star path opened into a round clearing where a perfectly still lake waited. The water was black like deep velvet, yet the surface shimmered with gentle silver ripples, not from wind, but from something deeper below. Rowan walked to the edge. The lake reflected not his face, but the entire midnight garden. The meadows, the glowing trees, the wandering lights, all of it glowing softly, as if breathed into existence by the night. Nayla stood beside him. "This," she said, "is the lake of restful nights, the place where the garden gathers every peaceful moment ever felt within its borders." Rowan knelt, feeling the gentle warmth rising from the water. "It holds every calm breath," she whispered, "every eased heartbeat, every thought that ended with peace." Rowan touched the water with the tip of his finger. It glowed. Not bright, just a soft spreading light, like warmth curling through the air. The glow moved outward in slow ripples, spreading across the lake as if the water welcomed him. Rowan felt the calm settle deep inside him, warm, slow, comforting. As the ripples faded, something began to form on the lake's surface. A small boat drifted toward Rowan, made entirely of night flowers, those glowing blossoms from the moonbloom tree. The boat bobbed gently, lighting the water beneath it in soft silver arcs. Nayla smiled. "The lake is offering you a journey, a final drift through the deepest quiet the garden can give you." Rowan stepped into the boat. The petals beneath his feet were soft and warm, shaping themselves perfectly to hold him. The boat glided out on its own, smooth as breath, without a single sound. Naila remained on the shore, watching him with the gentle, knowing calm. "You're safe," she called softly. "Let the night carry you." The boat drifted toward the center of the lake, where the reflections above and below met in a single soft glow. Rowan lay back, the petals cushioning him completely. The world around him blurred into shimmering silver, soft ripples of light, and the deep, steady hush of perfect stillness. And the lake of restful nights rocked him gently, 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 until Rowan felt himself drifting deeper than ever before. The Nightflower boat drifted deeper into the center of the lake, its petals glowing in gentle pulses, as if breathing with Rowan's heartbeat. The water was so still, it looked like polished glass. The sky above was mirrored perfectly, a twin world reflected beneath him. As Rowan lay back, he felt as though he was floating through the sky itself. Every ripple the boat made sent shimmering waves across the stars below, turning the lake into a glowing tapestry of moonlight. The air around him grew warmer, a soft, embracing warmth like a blanket woven from quiet dreams. A breeze drifted across the water, slow, gentle, carrying the faintest scent of night flowers. Rowan exhaled. The sound was so soft that the lake seemed to absorb it and glow a little brighter in response. Then he heard it, a whisper from the water. Not a voice, not words, just a soothing, rhythmic hum rising from the depths like the pure sound of calm. Rowan closed his eyes and let the hum flow through him, loosening every remaining tightness, every hidden corner of worry. The lake rocked him, slowly, continuously, like the world itself was lulling him. Part 20. The Guardian of the Lake. As he drifted, Rowan became aware of a soft shape forming above the water. A faint light gathered at the center of the lake, glowing brighter with each passing moment. Not dazzling, but soothing, as if the moon were rising from beneath the water. From that glow, a figure emerged. They were made entirely of silver blue light, their shape flowing like ripples, never still, never sharp. They approached the boat without disturbing the water. Rowan felt no fear, only a deep, comforting sense of recognition, as though he had seen this presence in dreams long before. The figure spoke, their voice like the low hum of the lake shaped into gentle words. "You rest well, Rowan, but there is one more gift the garden wishes to offer you." The boat slowed, floating perfectly still. The guardian extended a hand of light toward Rowan's chest, not touching, just hovering an inch away. Rowan felt warmth there, deep inside his heart, as though something long forgotten was awakening. "You have carried burdens that were never meant to be carried alone," the guardian whispered. The lake brightened underneath the boat, casting soft ribbons of silver around him. "Let them go," the guardian said. "Allow the night to hold what you no longer need." Rowan took a slow breath. His chest softened, his shoulders loosened, something inside him unknotted, easing, relaxing, melting into the warmth. The guardian's glow deepened, matching the calm inside him. Part 21. The night accepts the weight. As the guardian gently swept their hand outward, a small, slow gesture that sent a ripple of light across Rowan's body. With that motion, Rowan felt the last traces of his old burdens lift from him. They rose like tiny shimmering motes, barely visible, like dust catching moonlight. They floated upward from his chest, from his breath, from the quiet spaces of his thoughts. The motes drifted into the air and dissolved into the night, absorbed by the calm of the night garden. The lake hummed softly, as though accepting the weight gladly, promising to transform it into light. "You have room again," the guardian murmured. "Room for rest, room for quiet, room for yourself." Rowan exhaled, his breath coming smooth and deep, easier than it had felt in years. The lake's glow softened to a gentle shimmer. The guardian stepped back, their light fading into the calm water. "You are ready," they whispered. "Drift deeper into peace." Rowan closed his eyes, letting the boat carry him once more into the soft, silent glow of the lake. Rocking, floating, weightless, warm. He felt himself sinking into pure tranquility.